going to work on a budget doesn't need to cost an arm and a leg when you're going to work. All it needs is a fragrance. Hi, I'm Gabby and welcome back to another edition of The Fragrantician, where we talk nothing here but fragrances, whether it be old, new, vintage, hyped, overhyped, not too overhyped. If fragrance is your jam and you're here for the entertainment, then carry on watching. So in today's edition, I am talking about fragrances. And I'm looking at one person in particular, one of my subscribers. She knows who she is. And she's a work colleague of mine. Amy Leanne Harvey. Yes, I'm talking about you, girl. You were talking and asking me about affordable fragrances for work. Well, I have 6 or 7 here with an honorary mention, because I always have an honorary mention of fragrances that needn't cost an arm and a leg. Under £50, some under 40, some under £30. So let's get into it. You can, before I say anything else, you can, if you look hard on the internet, just go Google shopping and the world is your plethora. So I'm starting with an honorary mention, and this is probably the most expensive of the bunch. So this is a 50 ml and this is about 50 quid. But it's well worth it, well worth it. This is Twilly by Hermes. This is a lovely sandalwood, ginger and tuberose fragrance. Oh, and it's uplifting, it's fresh. Ideal for spring and summer, but you can wear it all year round. For me, it's my spring and summer fragrance for work. Now, I've taken into consideration these fragrances that could fit all year round and all seasons and work appropriate and pleasant and gets you compliments as well. This certainly gets compliments. Oh, it's lovely. I do overspray with this. I do, and I overspray with most of my fragrances. And by overspray, I always spray 3 here, 3 here. I spray on my clothes. I spray in my hair. I don't care. So there we go. But if you want to be more modest, then 3 or 4 spritz on you is fine, but it lasts a lot longer on clothes. So this is a beautiful ginger, tuberose, lovely, feminine. I say feminine, it doesn't matter. I've got to get my head off of that masculine, feminine vibe. It's for whoever's watching this. And if you're still watching this, well, I'll give you some medication. No, I'm only joking. No, this is Twilly Hermes, the OG. The next one we are talking about is a lovely, sweet orange blossom. And it is sweet. This is perfect all year round. This, if you look, you know, on all the sites on the internet, just again, type in Elie Saab le parfum in white. Go to the Google shopping part and you'll see a plethora. This I picked up for, this is a small bottle, but I picked this up for 20 something pounds. Oh, I have put a little bit of a dent in it, but it's that perfect orange blossom fragrance. But unlike Pure Poison, there are other notes in there. You do have jasmine in there, vanilla, patchouli. Is there a bit of sandalwood? I don't know. I just go off the bat. Sweetness, sweet florals, but it's not a floral that is a powdery floral. It is a sweet, cuddly floral. It's a romantic floral, but it's appropriate for work. It's not too cloying. It's not too heady. I spray about 6 or 7 sprays of this, but if you want to go a little bit less, then spray a couple if you want to. Work with it. Don't let a fragrance wear you wear the fragrance. Let it be the extension of you. Let it be the accessory. Let it be what you want it to be. You want it to match those nails? This could do it. Elie Saab Le Parfum in white. Now this next one is Carolina Herrera 212 Sexy, and the reason why I've chosen this, and the reason why I didn't declutter it, because I gave it a second chance. It is a grown-up candy floss scent. Grown up, you heard it, grown up candy floss scent. This, and let's face it, this is quite cumbersome putting on. I use this to do my nails on. I have something on a towel here, this, and I rest it on and I do my nails. That's how I do it. So put that aside. This is just, as I said, a grown-up candy floss. It's not juvenile in the slightest. And it's pretty. It's pretty. It's not the longest lasting and it's not the most projecting. But that said, just respray. If you do spray about 12 to 15 sprays, this will last you a long time. And by that, I mean on your clothes, in your hair, on your skin. Overspray it. It's not going to offend anybody. It's like pink candy floss with a tiny bit of floral sweetness, a little bit of fruit in there as well. Lovely. I'm not sure if there's any musk in it, but it's got a little bit of cleanness to it as well. It's a clean, grown-up candy floss scent, and this actually has had me a couple of compliments when I do overspray it. So 212 Carolina Herrera. Sexy. If you want to be a bit sexy at work and feel a bit sexy, then go for it. Next fragrance. If I was going to fit this into a category, it is for the more mature. I hate that word, more mature, but we say it. What can we say? It's maybe for a man or a woman of a different age, maybe 35, 40 plus. So that's me. This is a completely different floral to Elie Saab Le Parfum in white. This is a green, slightly more darker floral, but that said, the only thing is, it's just the top here. Oh gosh, I must admit, trying to put that back in, it's beautiful and it's pretty. So, but I will say this lasts and it does project. So just be cautious with the trigger on my skin. It has hyacinth and it is a predominantly abundance of florals. I mean, the bottle is beautiful. This is a 50 ml and this was under £20. It has some edginess to it, so it's for somebody that has a bit of confidence. But if you, as I say, if you don't overspray too much, this will give a light bubble feel around you, and it is for somebody that has a bit more confidence maybe in themselves and can wear it more. Now, you know me, I wear my animalics, I wear my strong fragrances. I've worn this to work. This is probably one of the strongest ones, I would say, out of the bunch. But that said, I mean, if you're in a setting where you're in an office environment and it's more open space, you'll get away with this. More closed space, may not so. This is probably not the safest blind buy. But if you like your chypre florals, if you like your little bit more vintage old school, then you'll love it. Agent Provocateur. I did not say the name, but I did put the name up. Agent Provocateur, Petale, Noire. This next one is an oldie but a goodie, Amor by Cacharel. This is 100 ml and this is easily under 30 quid for 100 ml. This fragrance is a classic fruity floral. Classic fruity floral. It has blackcurrant, it has those florals in there, it has the sweetness in there. Oh, it's lovely. It's non-offensive, good for work environment, good for everyday, good for fling and go, everyday fragrance, errand fragrance, good in the workplace. What more can I say? It's a no-brainer. Amor, Amor by Cacharel. And finally, the last one on the list is by Repetto. Now, this fragrance, it is a very sweet fragrance. It's probably the sweetest on this list, and it's like candied apple. It reminds me of candied apples. That's what it reminds me of. Apples dripping in caramel, and it's lovely. It's beautiful. It was a blind buy for me, and I just thought, no, I'm just going to go for it because it was so cheap, so inexpensive. And it works so well. I've worn this to work. I've had compliments from this. This sweet candied apple fragrance is just divine. It's beautiful. It's pleasant. It's mass appealing. It's lovely. An everyday scent for work. Longevity and sillage. Longevity is off the scale on my skin. Sillage, the scent trail, is a good couple of hours. So, and projection at arm's length. So at about 3-4 feet. So decent projection for the first hour or two, and then it gets a little bit closer to the skin if somebody is standing next to you. But it is beautiful. Gorgeous, sweet, candied apple fragrance. Repetto. Bargain if you grab it. So those were just a few picks of affordable fragrances for work. If you'd like me to do another one, comment down below. I'm always open to suggestions. I will do, because I could have easily doubled that list. But you know me, I like to make my videos fairly short. So you've been watching another edition of The Fragrantician. What are your work fragrances? What are your safe fragrances? All of those I consider safe. Till next time, be safe, but always be bold and be audacious. Wear your fragrance and let your fragrance speak for you. Till next time, I'll see you in the next video.